This Waukee City Council regular meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Becky, please do roll call.
Councilmember Bottenberg.
I'm here.
Councilmember Crone. Here. Councilmember Grove.
Here.
Councilmember Pierce. Here. Councilmember Sinclair.
Here.
Mayor Clark is absent.
Agenda item D is open forum. Open forum is the time for anyone here tonight to address the council on any subject over which the council has the authority to act or on any item on the agenda other than a public hearing. Does anyone here tonight, either in the city council chambers or in Zoom, wish to address the council at this time? If so, please approach the podium or raise your hand. If you're participating via Zoom, click on the raise hand icon under the reaction controls. If you're participating via phone, raise your hand by hitting *9. After you are recognized by the chair, please clearly state your name and address before making comments.
There are no hands raised in Zoom.
No takers? Rudy, nothing for the good of the order? No? Open forum is closed. Agenda item E is agenda approval. I'll take a motion in a second. So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Bottenberg.
Yes. Agenda item I1 is the consent agenda. I'll take a motion in a second.
Vote to approve.
Second. Any discussion? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Bottenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 2A is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 92 water rates by amending Section 92.02 water rates as specified. This is a second reading.
Move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only. Second.
Rudy.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, council members. I would just reference the screen up, the screen with the table of rates, recommended rate increases for this July 1st of 2025. And you can see there the water base charge and the per 1,000 gallon rate is a 2.5% rate increase proposed. Of course, we've gone through that in our budget preparation, and so happy to take any questions, but staff recommends approving the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Any questions for Rudy? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Bottenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 2B is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 98 sewer service charges by amending Section 98.01 sewer service charges required as specified. This is also a second reading.
I move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Second. Rudy.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Again, I'll reference the screen. You can see the 1% recommended rate increase for the sanitary base charge as well as the per 1,000 gallon rate. Happy to take any questions. Staff recommends approving the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Any questions for Rudy? Please vote.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Bottenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 2C is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 100 Stormwater Management Utility by amending Section 100.05 Stormwater Service Rates and Charges as specified. Second reading.
Move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only. Second.
Rudy.
No further comments other than you can see on the screen that the percentage 8.78%, which is 65 cents of an increase recommended. So staff recommends approving the second reading of the ordinance in title only. Happy to take any questions.
Any questions for Rudy? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Bottenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 2D is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend Chapter 106 Collection of Solid Waste by amending Section 106.10 collection charges as specified. This is also a second reading.
Move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Second.
Rudy.
No further comments other than I'll address the screen. You can see the proposed change to the single family, which is that table. Oh, I got thrown off for a minute. I saw $20. I got had a heart attack for a minute. It's a $2.50 increase, so just under that 14.3% increase. But we are reducing that multifamily component there from the 280 to 250. So happy to take any questions, but staff recommends approving the reading of the ordinance in title only.
Any questions for Rudy? Please vote.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 2E is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend chapter 110, natural gas service rates and charges by amending section 110.02, monthly rates as specified. This is also a second reading.
Move to approve the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Second.
Rudy?
Again, I'll reference the screen up there. You can see the small volume and the large volume service charges are increasing respectively, as well as the commodity charge for both of those. And then for the interruptible service, we're just bringing that into line with the others. So happy to take any questions, but staff recommends approving the second reading of the ordinance in title only.
Any questions for Rudy? Please vote.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 3 is consideration of approval of an ordinance to amend chapter 169 zoning ordinance, city of Waukee, Iowa by rezoning certain property from A1 and C1 to M1, a parcel known as I-80 West Industrial. This is a third and final reading.
Move to approve the third reading of the ordinance in title only and place it on final passage.
Second. Second.
Melissa?
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. This one is located north of Interstate Parkway and west of View Avenue. It contains 1.95 acres. Staff recommends approval of the final reading of the rezoning. I have nothing further to add at this time. I would be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Melissa? Please vote.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg.
Yes. Agenda item 4 is consideration of approval of a temporary use permit for Bellino Fireworks, Inc. at 200 Southeast Laurel Street.
Move to approve.
Second.
Andy?
All right. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem. It's kind of a mouthful. Mayor Pro Tem Battenberg and council members. For you tonight is a request for a temporary use permit for Bellino Fireworks Incorporated at 200 Southeast Laurel Street. It's identified out here on the screen. You can see where the tent location call out is. That's at the existing Fairway store, just on the south side of Laurel Street. Last year, the same company set up tent in the same spot there at Fairway. It's approximately 1,800 square foot tent, as well as storage container for stock for fireworks. Fire department has reviewed the permit, as well as building staff have reviewed the permit. All comments have been addressed. The proposed dates of operation would be June 24th through July 5th of 2025. Hours of operation would be from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. I would imagine those first few days in June would likely be just setup of the tent and storage structures. Staff does recommend approval of a temporary use permit for Bellino Fireworks Incorporated at 200 Southeast Laurel Street. I'm happy to take any questions.
Any questions for Andy?
It's early this year.
It's
Approve it.
it's early, but it's kind of nice because sometimes we're kind of running up against the
Mhm.
council meetings, and
Mhm.
I'm usually having to hound them. Okay, if you want to do this, you really got to send me this information. So it was nice to get this taken care of earlier on. So
I will be abstaining on this one due to a potential conflict. Please vote.
Councilmember Crone.
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair.
Yes.
Councilmember Grove.
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce.
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg.
Abstain. Agenda item 5 is consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan for Iowa Ortho Waukee 2425 Grand Prairie Parkway.
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa?
Okay, the owner and applicant is Iowa Ortho. The property is located east of Grand Prairie Parkway and north of Southeast Tallgrass Lane. It contains 2 acres. The property is zoned K-RC. It's Kettlestone Retail Community District. The project includes the construction of a single-story medical office building. The building is just under 16,000 square feet in area and 19 feet in height. The main entrance to the building will be along the west side of the building with a canopy. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see the site a little bit better here. And And then on the north side of the building, they're showing a service drive and loading zone. A trash enclosure will be provided at the northeast corner of the site. One access will be provided into the site off of Southeast Tallgrass Lane. And then 2 other accesses will be provided from the property to the north. The private, it'll be private accesses from the north into that site as well. Parking and landscaping requirements are being met. A 10-foot wide trail exists along Grand Prairie Parkway at the west side of the site. And then a 10-foot wide trail will be constructed along Southeast Tallgrass Lane at the south side of the site. Pedestrian access will be provided into the site from the trail along Grand Prairie Parkway. Public utilities are provided. Stormwater detention will be provided with the existing pond, which is located off-site just to the east of this site. And then the elevations of the building are proposed to be constructed of mostly brick, metal wall panels, and then storefront system. The trash enclosure will also be constructed of the same brick and metal to match the building. So the west elevation, that one on the top, will be facing Grand Prairie Parkway. And then the south elevation is what faces Tallgrass. And then the trash enclosure, I believe, I did not put those in there, but they look the same as the building with the brick and the metal. Staff recommends approval of the site plan, and I would be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Melissa? Please vote.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg,
Yes. Agenda item 6A is consideration of approval of a resolution approving preliminary plat.
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa?
I'm going to go ahead and present for 6A through C all at the same time. The owner is Boysen Properties LLC. The applicant is Alder Partners LLC. The property is located at the southwest corner of Northwest Douglas Parkway and Northwest 10th Street. It contains 4.37 acres. The property is zoned C-1A Neighborhood Commercial District and R4 Road Dwelling and Townhome Dwelling District with a planned development overlay. The R4 zoned area will be where the detention pond is and then the access point. The project includes a preliminary plat and final plat to divide the parcel into 2 lots and 1 outlot. 1 building is proposed on each lot. The building on lot 1, which is the lot on the north side, so it's the smaller building at the northeast corner of the site, is for a single-story building for a coffee shop that is approximately 2,500 square feet in area and 29 feet in height. This building will include a drive-through lane and a window. Trash enclosure is proposed at the northwest corner of the lot. The building on lot 2, which is the south side of the site, is proposed to be a single-story building with multiple tenant spaces intended for restaurant and retail uses. The building is just over 12,000 square feet in area and 24 feet in height. The building will include outdoor patio spaces along both the north and south sides of the building. And then a trash enclosure for lot 2 is shown at the west side of the building, behind the building on the west side of that site. The site plan shows a detention basin on outlot Z, which is in that northwest corner on the screen. And 2 accesses will be provided into the overall site from the surrounding public streets. One will be provided at the west side of the site off of Northwest Sproul Drive. And then one will be provided at the south side of the site off of Northwest Yorktown Drive. Parking and landscaping requirements are being met. Let me zoom into this one so you can see it a little bit better. 5-foot wide sidewalks will be installed along all sides of the site adjacent to the public streets. And then pedestrian access will be provided into the site from several different locations from those public sidewalks. Public utilities are provided to the site. The building elevations. Get to that. So this is lot 1. Both are constructed with very similar materials. It's brick, storefront system, and fiber cement panel. And then the trash enclosures will be constructed of brick to match the buildings that the lots that they're on. So that's lot 2. That's the multi-tenant retail. And then the trash enclosures as well. Staff recommends approval of the preliminary plat, final plat, and site plan, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Melissa? Please
Sure.
vote. Oh, sorry.
Is there enough parking if there are restaurants on both sides of the building or?
Yeah, they parked it for 2 restaurants. I can't remember the exact amount, but the north side of that multi-tenant and then the south side, they have a decent square footage for restaurant space in there. So they do have enough parking for that.
Please vote.
Councilmember Sinclair,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg,
Yes. Agenda item 6B is consideration of approval of a resolution approving final plat.
Move to approve.
Melissa,
I have nothing further to add. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
any questions in the last 15 seconds pop up?
Mm-mm.
Please vote.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Sinclair,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove, Councilmember Battenberg,
Yes. Agenda item 6C is consideration of approval of a resolution approving site plan.
Move to approve.
Second.
Melissa,
I have nothing further to add. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
final chance to ask questions. Please vote.
Councilmember Sinclair,
Yes.
Councilmember Grove,
Yes.
Councilmember Crone,
Yes.
Councilmember Pierce,
Yes.
Councilmember Battenberg,
Yes. Agenda item J is reports. Mr. City Attorney. No report. Mr. City Administrator.
No report.
Councilmember Crone.
No.
Councilmember Pierce. I have no report. Councilmember Grove.
No report.
Councilmember Sinclair.
No report.
In that case, I will take a motion and second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, you almost beat your record. So close.